Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. Yeah, we already got a few people in the chat. Hello, John the Beagle Dad,
Hello, sirs and madams.
Trek Reviewer.
Trek reviewer, hello, sir.
Oh, I'm sorry, Trek Reviewer. Big Show is in the episode with Data.
We got a good episode tonight, though.
Yeah.
We have a really good episode tonight. You're going to like it.
And hello, Gavin.
Sirs, madams, this is what you watch Star Trek for.
Yes. It's
This
not about
really
the
is.
science, it's not exploration.
Although there is enough science, it's not anti-sciencey. It doesn't have like an unsciency dumbness. Can you make us a little smaller? I feel like too big. I'm looking at myself and my head is enormous. Hello, everybody. This big brain inside of my head. Thank you. I feel much more comfortable now. We're going to watch an episode called Bound. It's about three Orion girls who are gifted to Archer. The Orions are a species that we see in TOS all the time. But between you and me, Germ, I don't know that the Orions have a lot of presence or any lore whatsoever. They're just Orions and they're traders and they have hot women and they engage in will unwillful employment.
What more do you need?
You know what? Vina dancing around. They have some of the coolest music. They all
Gavin,
we know
you
is
are
they're
right.
weird. Yeah. Well, I mean, there is some science going on in these boobs. Uh, one of these chicks is a professional dancer. Only one of them's really an actor. One of them's kind of silent. So, like, basically, like our alpha chick and our dancer chick do most of the work. And then one of them just stands there being real sexy. I think she's like a swimsuit model. They're all super good looking. And the Orion Society is just, since it wasn't developed, instead of having people rate this episode, I'm going to ask people if it builds or subverts the lore in the channel poll over on Saving Star Trek.
Well, I'm thinking the answer boobies is going to be the number one pick.
Uh, it's gonna be you know what I would say about this is it's a very enjoyable episode. There's enough Star Trek going on in there. We've got some two-fisted adventure. We've got a combination of Elaine of Troyes and Naked Time.
A little bit. But let's get
A
this started.
lot bit. A lot bit. This is very Elaine of Troyes. Don't worry, guys. My camera will be back soon. If you check out Admiral Teague's channel, you'll find out that we just pruned 200 videos.
Congratulations.
You know what? It's like it feels like a new haircut, and I'm gonna get rid of some more soon. I think it's gonna happen quarterly. If you notice, Doomcock has nothing but his uploads on his page.
Yeah, he's been doing that for several years.
You know what? I think the great man might be smarter than I am.
Just a bit.
It's possible he knows more about YouTube than me.
Quite possible.
All I know is if you don't like this episode of Star Trek, there's a strong chance you're gay. What was that? This week on Star Trek? I didn't see the opening segment. He's already being like way threatening. Doesn't he like wine and dine Malcolm and Archer first?
No, that's not how they start off.
Oh, do we
Always
rewind
a threat.
time? Do we rewind time?
No, we don't. The
Okay,
one
so
in
it's a-
dining comes later.
Okay, so we don't get off to a good start. What I like is they took a human-like society and they showed what would happen if women completely took over. And 23 years later, my God. You know what really bothered me about the videos I pruned, Germ?
What's that?
My extremely weak tagging game. I thought I knew all there was to know about the tagging game.
Oh, they're always changing that.
Every video that I did with Appian, save one, I think I delisted because they're so old now. Hey, go. Sorry if I tripped anyone's assistant.
That's not really a good thing. Do you really want to make nice with the mob?
We don't know it's the mob yet. We don't know it's the mob, right? We just know the Orion call themselves a syndicate. They aren't too cool. They're kind of hostile, and we need to calm them down. We're going to find out just why they're so aggressive and they're so evil. It's the same problem Star Trek's going to have in a few years, isn't it, Germ?
Yeah, it's the women.
He is going to lose his promotion.
Yep.
Trip already knows this. Why is he pretending like he doesn't? He can't keep the rank and stay there. He's got to go.
Hey, Gap.
Kappa the Duck, my friend. It's good to see you. Here's where we're getting a little bit of info for the first time on these guys.
Yeah.
There was no lore on the Orions, was there?
Not a lot,
Just
but there was some out there.
that they had hot women, that they engaged in trading, and that they weren't too cool. They weren't much different than the Capellans we heard, but didn't see them much. We always heard Orion merchant ship, Orion traders.
Orion Syndicate,
Well,
Orion slave
they're bigger.
traders.
They're bigger, stronger Ferengi. If the food didn't arouse your hunger.
And here is why we all watch sci-fi.
So the first
Nothing
one to come
about the
out is,
science, nothing about the fantasy. It's all about the gorgeous alien women.
if you notice, the one that comes out in front first is not the alpha one. The one doing most of the dancing is the one who's just a professional dancer. You know what? Their little dance isn't so terrible. As far as this stuff goes, it's not that terrible, is it?
Not at all.
I like their like space fish or space pig that they've got all set up to eat. By the way, is that actor like he's in other Star Trek, isn't he?
He might be.
Not these women. Not these women.
All right, girl.
Oh, dude, he was in Sons of Anarchy and the A Team. He had been in Deep Space Nine as Bajoran Furel. Have you heard? Do you remember the Bajoran name Furel?
Not offhand.
Saya Batten is Navarre. She's the leader. She previously played Tora Zayel, daughter of Gul Dukat, in 2 episodes of Deep Space Nine. She's a dancer, choreographer with credits in films like The Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Beginning.
Not bad.
Crystal Allen as Dinesh, one of the seductive Orions. She also had a dance background. And Mina Fortunato as Maris. She had modeling, acting, and dance experience, and she was Jennifer Garner's double. This is a darker take on them than the original series, but we didn't know enough for this not to be how they were. I don't feel like this contradicts shit. What do you think?
No, it is exactly how you would expect Orion's to be.
Honestly, I think this was a deeply innovative story. Like they just wanted to go around and like make a little mark on the final frontier, and it looks like their goal was correctional, doesn't it?
More fill in the gaps. There wasn't really enough to correct.
How do I put it? Everything they did, they wanted to be either reparative or building on stuff from before, not subverting or undermining anything.
Well,
They
yeah,
fixed
this
their
is a
fuck
new
up with the
track.
Vulcans. I think mistakes piled up and some damage control missions presented themselves. What do you think? Like they'd always been
I
thinking
don't.
about the Klingons, but like these Vulcans are now weird enough and different enough that we should probably think about this.
I never got that impression.
You think the cleanup on the Vulcans was planned?
Yeah, they knew that where they were going. They just didn't know when they were going to do it.
This might be the one of the very few episodes where T'Pol is not the most eye-catching thing on screen, but I mean, she's just not as naked.
Yeah, but it's good to have the competition.
This is some really good acting by Mr. Prideweather. He's only as bad as usual pretending he doesn't like women. I mean, he likes women.
Yeah.
Oh, go take a cold sonic shower, Mayweather. You're not fooling anyone. Do you think he's just modeling the behavior of the heterosexuals around him, Germ?
Yeah, he's just pretending.
Their workouts made sense. Like Malcolm was going to do like running in like the kind of calisthenics you'd expect, and like Gayweather was going to do the heavy like upper body stuff. And Mayweather just changes because he needs to wear himself out because of these chicks. He like realizes Prideweather is correct.
Yeah, that would seem so.
So like, don't you love that in this society she's like a scientist and warp theorist, isn't she?
Well, as close as they get.
She understands all this shit.
She just has an eye for value.
She's so hot. I know it's a total wig and there's a bunch of stuff going on, but I don't care.
Well, it is, John.
Yes. Wouldn't it be great if like Mayweather just walked in and said he had a headache?
Yeah, that would make sense.
How funny would it be if he said half of the female crew members and 10% of the male crew members have headaches?
I guess Fox doesn't really swing that way.
No, he's like more sexed up than anyone else if you think about it, right? So it's affecting him in the weirdest way because he has six mates, but he's able to like channel like all of his like he like they don't have jealousy in his society, so it's just making him swoon and like lightheaded. It's like oxygen deprivation. It sort of makes sense that he wouldn't be affected the same because of his species sexual wiring.
Maybe. I guess he just doesn't like him green.
I think they turned the Enterprise patch sideways on Trip's jumpsuit. It's not a patch for the other ship. It's not a Columbia patch. They just messed with the Enterprise one.
Most likely. They didn't want to make one custom patch.
Just tear the one off the captain's uniform from the Columbia, give it to Trip for 2 episodes, and give it back to her. Oh, no, it says Columbia. It's just the NX patch turned sideways and says Columbia, but it says Columbia. How can Trip give him an order? You know what I mean? They're now of equal rank. Is this just he does it on charisma?
No, he's in charge.
He's been put in charge by Archer, is what you're saying.
Yeah.
But he can't pull rank. He can only pull rank on the cleanup, I guess.
He can pull rank because he's chief engineer.
You think date of promotion figures in it all?
No, it really captain's choice, whoever is in charge. And while he's on the ship, Trip is in charge.
Right, just like Chief O'Brien, I think he's actually a lieutenant commander at the beginning of Deep Space Nine. Chief is just a job.
No, he's chief petty officer. But being being head of operations is his actual title, so he can give officers orders.
He's like the only Starfleet enlisted person we ever get to know. How come he has the same quarters as an officer? Is he something exceptional, like a first sergeant?
It's like a chief petty officer in the Navy. You know, if they really wanted to take over that ship, they can just start a line, and then I'm sure every male member of that crew would be dead of exhaustion inside of a week.
But the longer they're on there, the more the pheromone builds up, so it doesn't matter, right?
Well, yeah, it does build up, but a little more effective just to exhaust them all to death. Nice going to Paul. You ruined all his fun. Yeah, give him 20 minutes.
Will there be the beginning of a drive towards monetization for you after the big week coming up?
Probably around May.
Well, I stand ready to assist. I think there's big things in the future. My advice would be jettison everything.
Yeah, I'm already in the process of privatizing everything that's more than a year old.
Stop about a year back, 2 years back. You don't want to fuck with it too much.
Yeah.
But unlist stuff and then do it quarterly. You could still do a few more at a time after you accomplish the first like 50 or something.
Yeah, I have a few stuff that I'm gonna once I get done with a few of the stuff I have coming up, I'll be starting to publish some stuff. Yeah, he gets a nice consolation prize. He lost his job to Trip, but he gets the Alien Girl. Yeah, it is a great tracking shot, Gavin.
Oh, yeah. Great view of Silicon Valley, huh, Germ?
Oh, definitely. Oh, I'll be right back.
Sure. Ladies and gentlemen, we got, whoa. Whoa. This woman needs to get into my life right now. That warp engine never looked better, huh? It really is fantastic. They got some more lights inside or something. When they rethought it, they're like, how can we make it look more powerful and overhauled, right? I can't believe that that guy would ever be able to take Trip, which is why this part's so satisfying. Good fight choreography. Kelby's a dick. He gets his ass handed to him by our hero Trip. Everyone else isn't messed up on pheromones, but here we see the ship. This is a great shot of the Enterprise. Look how spun up Phlox is, sirs and madams. I've never seen him yell at a patient before. And is that a ladder behind our Trip? There's JT's favorite, the paper towels. Extremely important in this show. Sorry, guys. Ball, Hoshi, and Mr. Prideweather. Archer's like trying to keep it together. I'm wondering if this exposure compounds it. I guess they're isolated, right? He's got to talk to him through the intercom. He didn't have to touch the. He doesn't have to press the button this time. I guess they improved the intercom.
Bull.
Well, why wouldn't they be allowed to call people?
Why would you call the guy who enslaved them?
He has the right to scan her phone, but you know what I mean? Like, the presupposition is that she wasn't allowed to make any calls. I mean, I don't get it. I love how they directed them. They are perfect. Like, look how smug they are.
Yep, that is what you would expect from a
Orion,
Orion and
a female
essentially a
Orion. She's super hooker, though. She's so much smarter than your average hooker.
It's very convenient that the only guy getting any on the ship is the one guy that's immune.
I have mixed emotions about why he's immune.
I am completely convinced that if T'Pol and Hoshi just organize the other female members of the crew, they can cure that little plague there in maybe 1-2 days tops.
Every single female crew member we've seen is hot. Every single female crew member we've seen is hot. The chick who takes Malcolm's station when he's not there. The chick who sometimes subs in for Hoshi. The chick that we see every once in a while at Helm when Prideweather isn't around. They're all really, really hot. Ensign Cutler, really hot. All of them.
That's why they won't have a problem taking care of the crew.
Well, it's pheromones, Germ.
You're looking at it. Yeah, he didn't mention it because it's not exactly new.
He thought he was tripping out. He's been through some shit.
So Vulcan Cooch is magical.
No, the Vulcan psychic bond.
Sure.
Look, it's like being an Mzadi. Right? Doesn't Riker feel what Troy feels, including when she feels the feelings of others? So he gains like vicarious psychic ability. Well, I'm
Only if
sorry,
she wants him to.
empathetic ability. Can she choke it off?
She can make him feel whatever she wants him to feel.
But he also like he has proximity radar for her and shit.
Yeah, but that's pretty much all on her.
So the trade-off is he has a proximity alert to her, and she can control his fucking feelings. So basically, like every other marriage.
Yeah.
Damn, does he have to leave his Apple bag and his wallet in the fucking refrigerator? Gee, honey, a bunch of the guys are bringing their balls out to play poker tonight. Can I have mine? That's twice this week. Is the crew just doing a terrible job, or is the Orion a really powerful ship?
It's rather powerful.
You've never seen me very upset.
Yeah, they just sell them off because they just can't satisfy their extremely overactive libidos. They needed to outsource and get some help. Oh, of course they look better, Gavin. Someone spent more than 8 seconds thinking about what they're supposed to look like.
Did you ever think Goldicott's daughter would be that fucking hot, Germ?
Never thought she'd fill out that well.
Holy shit, she's smoking hot. This part's great. And their phaser color changed. So now amber is kill and red is stun. It used to be amber no matter what. We finally have something going on with that, if I have this right.
Yeah, he already has two things he loves more than he could ever love any of you three.
What, like Kirk, he loves his ship?
He loves T'Pol, and then he loves the engine.
He loves
And
the NX.
Yeah, if that warp engine could do the things T'Pol can, he would love the engine more.
Yeah, he would like it if T'Pol could learn more about warp theory so she could talk about it during sex. She made a pun. She made it to pun, didn't she?
Yeah, T'Pol is gaining some of Trip's bad habits.
It's both. It goes both ways. Oh, they showed but didn't tell us. This is a two-way emotional transfer.
Yep.
They mind melded too long with too little instruction. It was like it was like hanging out on an old cell phone, and now they have brain cancer.
Send Kelby to the Columbia.
Major breakthrough here.
He goaded her into that very nicely.
She's got some Florida man in her now, literally.
In a few minutes, it's going to be literally even more.
Oh yeah. Look at the look in her face. This ending look on her face here. That last look. My takeaway from that was in her mind was, so I have been outplayed at the game of love by an idiot. Right? She's like, they are quite resourceful at out. Yeah, I got outgamed at love by an idiot.
And that's our episode.
That episode was almost as good as that Mariner game I watched last night on MLB Network.
Oh yeah, that was
Quite
I
exciting.
think,
Very
yeah,
exciting.
defensive gem.
Yeah, it really
Call
was,
it that.
especially the way they worked through that game with a great just you have a really good outfield. You got good arms, and who knows? Maybe you'll go deep into the playoffs. At least you guys are looking like the kings of April. But let's talk about what's going on in this episode. We took a species from regular Star Trek that we never really spent a lot of time dwelling on or over focusing on. They're in the background of a lot of episodes. They're like front and center when we debut Star Trek, but then we sort of move on from the Orions and we never hear a whole lot about them again, but we do see them a lot because they're pretty easy aliens to make. On a personal note, when my punk band played one of its first gigs, we had a chick paint herself green and dance on stage with us. So I feel I contributed.
That's always good.
People remember that fucking show and still do. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the scanty clad green girls. Everyone's going to remember that.
What grade do you give the episode?
I agree with Gavin. 10 out of 10 for three very, very obvious reasons.
6, but yes.
I was
I'd like to
counting
play
myself.
Orion Roulette. Yeah. Oh my God. We have 3 just charming sisters, which is the basis of another show that was on this network, I believe, with dear departed Shannon Doherty, my boo. I feel so bad about that. So we got my show coming up in 20 minutes. But what's going on for the rest of the week, Germ, for you?
Well, nothing tomorrow since it's the holiday, but
Right.
Monday we have Godzilla versus Mecha Godzilla 2.
We might we I might just be around for that one. I hope to be. I love the Mecha Godzilla monster. He is the right kind of suck, if you know what I mean. Like he makes Godzilla look so much cooler and so much better every time we see him.
Yeah, and he's an actual mech this time, not just a remote control robot.
That's too bad. Are his controls housed inside a woman's stomach again?
No, he actually has a crew of, I believe, 3 or 5 pilots, and they fly him around and fight Godzilla.
I've seen that done before. We've gone at it that way before with Mecha Godzilla, didn't we?
Not
Oh
so
no, those
far.
guys were in a remote location.
Yeah, the other 2 Godzilla movies so far, Mecha Godzilla was a remote control robot. Now he's an actual mech being piloted.
Aside from the hardcore Godzilla only movies, I think the best movie you showed me was Rebirth of Mothra 1 through 3 from 1996.
Yeah, those are pretty good.
Best, least annoying version of the Mothra song that's not the original.
Probably. They jazzed that up pretty well for that trilogy.
Maybe the ugliest, Fairy Girls, though.
Well, they were a little young. Because originally it
Uh,
was the Peanuts in the 60,
yeah, they were like in their they were in
64.
their 20s or something. I couldn't tell how old these chicks were. They were so tiny, they were miniaturized, kind of weird. Like they were always like doll size. We saw them from behind a lot. And when we did see them, I just like they were like frozen in that 16 to 26 range. You couldn't tell.
Yeah, 16. One of them started off at 16, the other one started off at 19.
Yeah, you could you couldn't really tell, and you could tell at the same time. You're like something's like they were like, but they're weird looking. They're weird. They're weird looking. Whereas like usually, it's a cute kid or something. I don't know how else to explain it. But as far as this goes, I don't. You didn't see the Elaine of Troyes hook in there, huh?
Not offhand, no.
In Elaine of Troyes, it's the one where they have to transport the female to the arranged wedding. It's going to end a war in the galaxy, and Kirk gets cried on by her, and then bitch controls him a little bit, and she starts ordering him around. He's like, "Yes, of course." And he does like everything she says for a little while until he snaps out of it.
There's
You
a
remember that
bit
one?
of it, but not very well. It's not a great episode.
It's just season 3.
Yeah, that's the one where she has the dilithium necklace.
Yeah, the good news is that I think it was still probably workshopped enough by the right writers that if that episode, if Gene Roddenberry had been around more full time, that would have been a fully functional and really good episode.
Yeah, it could have been.
The salty tears enchanting you like a banshee, or the pheromone in this case, is a good scientific hack, and we know it's true. Hey, that perfume sells a lot. People believe it, whether it's true or not. People totally believe it, and I can still smell certain girlfriends' perfume. So, I mean, I don't know about you, but maybe there is something to it. We've all been enchanted and have that smell we can remember, or that smell that we hate. Sometimes it's one then the other.
Yeah. Personally, I don't remember any of my girlfriends like that.
I can
Committed
remember how cologne
relationships tend
smelled.
to burn that out of you.
Um, yeah, what can I tell you? I was only married for just so long. She was an Orion, so it messed me up. I did whatever I was told. But I think I just want to thank everyone who's been coming by to support our weekly show. The weekday show has been a lot of fun, and I think that's where we get, I guess, our ability to do a serialized show and still sort of dance between the raindrops. I think that we're bringing enough variety during the week. It's not just show all the time.
Yeah,
And I couldn't ask for a better co-host.
glad to be there.
You know what? Don't go telling anybody, or they're gonna go start trying to get you away from me. Next week, it's going to be a lot of solo Teague to get that energy going. You looking forward to that?
I'm not really looking forward to what I have to do next week,
No, not that part. Come on, I
but
want to talk about me.
I'll watch about as much as I can watch of your solo shows.
Well, you don't have to watch, understandably so, but hey, if you can, you know what, just good luck with everything next week. We'll not talk about that later. But I don't know. I thought this was one of season 4's most amusing episodes.
Oh yeah, definitely amusing.
We have fun. We have fun with everybody. What do you think happens to Mr. Kelvy?
Mr. Kelvy is being shipped out.
Going to the
He can
Columbia?
have it. Yeah, he can take trips spot on to Columbia.
Um, or he's going back to Starfleet Academy to wait for the next, what is it, for the NX3, right?
Yeah, whatever he's doing, he ain't staying on Enterprise.
Is Archer going to bust him, or is Archer going to be like, everybody was like that? It's like, he's like, we didn't know.
Oh no, Trip will put in a good word for him.
Think so?
Well, yeah, he wants to get the guy off the ship so he can take his place.
Captain Hernandez, this guy's fantastic, and he's got really low maintenance hair. It's always perfect. Just like mine, but mine's high maintenance. What thoughts on the Vulcan mind binding? You know who's bound? It's not them. It's Trip and T'Pol. Everyone is bound, isn't it? The word bound is of ubiquitous nature here.
Yeah, everyone's bound in some way, shape, or form.
Another thing we're going to talk about when we get over to my show is going to be the Supergirl trailer. Did you see that thing?
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, I've already mostly forgot it. I can tell you that it had no less than 3 pop songs in it. It was only 3 minutes long.
Yeah, Gunn is pretty good about squeezing in his old record collection onto shows.
It wasn't the first trailer we saw showing a contemplative Kara Jor-El, and now we're seeing like party animal Kara Jor-El. Like they seemed like they changed their minds or they gave up on this movie and doubled down on the James Gunnness of it, and they just want to get it over. It has a just want to get it over with quality, doesn't it?
No, I think this is what they always had planned for it. She's just a worthless drunk.
This screenwriter has nothing to her credit except another scratch version of Supergirl, and I think some contributions to The Flash. So why not Sasha Calle? How come we have this Supergirl?
Maybe they wanted to get something a little bit more lore accurate.
Why bring back fucking Jason Momoa as Lobo?
Because Jason Momoa got very, very irked when he wasn't cast as Lobo originally. And the second that James Gunn got the job, he sent a few text messages basically telling James Gunn that he was going to be playing Lobo.
I don't like it because I'm confused and he's already been in DC too much.
But this time he's an alien, so they can get away with it.
Is he in the single most successful DC movie? Is Aquaman one their biggest movie?
One of, yeah.
All right.
We only got about 5 minutes until
I was going to say, let's
show.
Well, 10, but yes, we will be seeing you all very soon. We, of course, love you all, and we'll be back on Tuesday night where we'll be streaming for vengeance on whatever topic seems to be happening.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, guys.